This is KGW News at Sunrise.
The holiday weekend began with a sobering reminder on Friday night of the dangers of driving impaired or distracted. Coming up, how a Good Samaritan lost their life along I-5 in Clark County after they were hit by a suspected impaired driver.
And we have an update this morning on the man charged with the death of a Vancouver police officer, what the jury decided in his trial. That is coming up in just a few minutes.
Also, today is Memorial Day, so coming up here on Sunrise in just a few minutes, we'll talk about the 142nd Wing conducting flyovers all across parts of Oregon and Southwest Washington later today, where you can see those jets coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, glad you're here with us on this Monday. It is a Memorial Day as well. Rod, decent weather today, right?
Perfect. Let's perfect take out the word decent and put in perfect.
Okay.
How's that? Yeah.
Perfect.
77 degrees out there expected this afternoon. Really nice. Now, I mean, it's not going to be perfectly clear. In fact, we do have clouds at the coast, but the temperature is going to be fantastic. Here's Lincoln City early this morning. Chinookwiz Casino Resort camera expected to be kind of mostly cloudy to partly sunny during the day. 52 degrees there. Here's the pretty early before sunrise colors and a partly cloudy sky from the top of the Wells Fargo building, 52. No rain chances today. Everybody will be dry. Just kind of a mixed bag of mid to high level cloudiness in the skies. Again, temperature is expected to be really nice. 65 degrees at noon, and I have us getting up to around 77. And by the way, winds should be pretty much light no matter where you are. Just a pleasant Monday. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Portland State University officials gave us an update yesterday on the condition of campus police chief Willie Halliburton.
He is still in the hospital following a clash with a group of protesters last Thursday. It started when PSU officers and Portland police were called to remove two people who chained themselves to a building on campus. Police say the crowd got hostile and surrounded the officers. Court documents say Chief Halliburton was kicked in the leg and the stomach. Portland Police Chief Bob Day says protesters refused to move when they tried to take Halliburton to the hospital. That could have had life-threatening consequences for him. Of the 7 people arrested Thursday, 3 are PSU students. At least 2 were charged with assaulting or attempting to assault an officer.
After a 3-week trial, a jury found the man charged in the death of a Vancouver police officer guilty of first-degree murder. Julio Segura did not fire the deadly shot, but a Clark County jury found him responsible for the murder of off-duty officer Donald Sahota. Segura was on the run from a carjacking and a robbery when he ended up in front of Sahota's home. The two got into a fight before Segura stabbed Sahota and ran into his house. That's when a Clark County deputy showed up and mistakenly shot and killed Officer Sahota, thinking he was Segura. The jury also found Segura guilty of second-degree murder, robbery, possession of a stolen vehicle, and attempting to elude police.
And on this Memorial Day holiday, we also are talking about a warning from police who are asking drivers to be mindful when they're out on the road.
The holiday weekend began Friday night with a deadly accident along I-5 that investigators say was caused by a suspected impaired driver. KGW's Sydney Dorner brings us the details.
Don't drink and drive. Don't drive high. Don't consume anything that impairs your ability to operate a motor vehicle safely along the roadway.
Washington State Police are grappling with an awful pattern. People under the influence continue to crash into emergency and work zones.
And allow us to do our job safely because we don't want folks to get injured out there.
On Friday night, a suspected impaired driver sped into fire trucks parked on the side of I-5 near milepost 17. Crews were on the scene of a previous crash when another car came up from behind and crashed into the fire truck. It missed 2 firefighters, but the car hit 2 bystanders who were helping with the original crash.
Firefighters actually had to grab that original motorist that had crashed and grab them and had to jump out of the way to avoid being hit themselves.
One died at the scene. The other was taken to a Vancouver hospital. Washington State Police say they want to see these senseless deaths stop, but they need the public's help.
Please slow down when you're passing those emergency lights. Move over if you can. And if you can't, please just give us as much room as possible by moving over in your lane as far as possible as you pass us. And then always put the cell phone down and wear your seatbelt.
Sydney Dorner, KGW News.
Also on this holiday weekend, Washington County Sheriff's deputies on the lookout for drunk drivers. We spoke with one group trying to curb drunk driving deaths, a number they say has climbed in recent years in Oregon and Washington.
In 4 years, 2019 to 2022, there's been a 36% increase in the number of fatalities due to drunk driving. Just in Oregon, 41% in Washington, where I live. It's bordering on a national health crisis.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration released a report last month saying more than 13,500 people died due to impaired driving in 2022.
The 142nd Wing of the Oregon Air National Guard will conduct flyovers throughout Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington today as part of today's Memorial Day. The F-15 Eagle fighters are going to fly over certain areas at specific times. So here's a look at a few of them. They're going to fly over the Willamette National Cemetery in Portland right at 10:25 this morning. The World War II Memorial in Salem at 11 o'clock. At 11:15, they'll be at the Veterans Memorial Park in Beaverton. And then the Vancouver National Historic Reserve, that time is set for 11:21.
And Rod, you've been talking about how it's going to be beautiful today.
Yeah, I'll hear them flying over Fort Vancouver there. 11:21 this morning, right?
You won't be here still?
Morning. No, I think I'll be gone.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. We are all working the holidays. It turned out kind of nice.
Yeah, no noon show today on KGW TV, but I'm sure we have some fine programming.
French Open tennis, I do believe.
Is that what it is? Well, that is fine programming. See, I was right. Here's a look at our thunderstorm activity this morning. Well, thankfully right now, I mean, what a couple of weeks of tornadoes and people losing their lives. This morning, currently no tornadoes. There is a severe thunderstorm watch across a good chunk of Alabama and Georgia. Pretty good cluster storms now moving toward Atlanta. So that's the bullseye for severe storms across our country right now. All right, here across the west, radar picking up a little bit of rain along the Washington coast, but that's it today. Not expecting anything really inland to develop. Oregon will be all dry. Now out here, see this little dip of the clouds kind of bowing down. There's a front that will come in tomorrow. It's a weak system, but all this behind it up in here is a bowl of more cool weather that will be coming in. We made it to 73 yesterday. We'll be in the 70s in Portland today, and then back in the 60s with some scattered showers tomorrow and on Wednesday. But for your Memorial Day Monday, absolutely dry weather expected, and for the most part, the winds will be light. Cloudiness, we're getting brushed with some mid to high level stuff. So at the coast, kind of partly to mostly cloudy. Inland areas, kind of partly to mostly sunny at times. Here's Cannon Beach live. We have 42 degrees outside. Light winds, notice that. A little bit of cloudiness in the sky out in Wasco County, too. Good morning, you folks in the Dalles. This is the Oregon Veterans Home camera out in your city. 47 degrees. And again, the wind direction is light from the east. And again, anywhere you go, you're not going to find much wind today. See how the flags are just laying down at Pioneer Courthouse Square this morning. 52 degrees is the temperature. A lot of you waking up in the 40s, so it's been a comfortable night. 46, in fact, up in Kelso right now. 45 over in Bend. No problems over the Cascades. Beautiful weather today, mostly sunny generally in central Oregon. And then 40 degrees out in Baker City. Here's Futurecast. Again, a lot of this is kind of mid to high level cloudiness that should be thin enough for partly to mostly sunny skies once you get inland. Here we are at 4 p.m. We're all dry. Here come the showers tomorrow morning. Now, this particular weather model takes this rain and really breaks it up and pushes it north of us. That would leave us with very limited scattered shower activity during the day tomorrow. Here we are at 3 o'clock, and then that scattered shower chance does linger into Wednesday. You see there's Wednesday at 4 p.m. All right, your Memorial Day numbers for the coast, kind of mostly cloudy to partly cloudy here. Pacific City gets up to 60 degrees, and then inland, just really nice temperatures. 75 in Salem, partly to mostly sunny, light northwest winds. Similar numbers up in southwest Washington. Vancouver 77. I have Portland 77. The cooler weather Tuesday and Wednesday with showers. And then after that, it's all dry. And of course, this weekend is Starlight Parade Saturday. And during the day, I have it's partly cloudy and 75. That means the parade would get underway with temperatures in the 60s. That's this coming Saturday. Back to you.
Yeah, crediting you with this beautiful weather. Thanks, Rob.